AHumbleSoul, we checking back in, man. Once again, man. I had a chance to check out a recent interview that Payroll Giovanni did on the Bootleg Kev podcast. One of the things he touched on was he has a few projects in the works. You know, his long-awaited album Giovanni's Way, something he's really been talking about, man, probably about half a decade or more. Dope Boys Cash Out album in the works. He said it's about 90% done. If you've been keeping up with them, man, you know that they really haven't released a joint effort in years. They put out like a mixtape or a street album, whatever you want to call it, a few years ago. But aside from that, man, it really has just been them, collaborating or being featured on each other's projects, but not like an actual joint album. And he revealed, man, that they have tried to record an album, for years now, but it always seemed forced. It really wasn't organic, and they weren't satisfied with the music that they were coming up with. So he said now that people have really been able to step their hustle game up and just make money. It's not just one person or two people shining, but he said they all just really had a chance to make some real money. So it makes making the music a lot much more easier and better because they not doing it solely to make a profit. Obviously, when you putting a project together, you want to see some income come in because of that, man. You invest in your time and your efforts into this. You want to reap the benefits of it, but he officially revealed it, man, that they got an album on the way. He said it's about 90% done. So, y'all be on the lookout for that. Said he has a project with Zaytoven, that he's working on. And when I heard that, man, I kind of was I don't know, man. I'm just thinking Payroll on a Zaytoven beat because, Zaytoven has these signature beats that he makes, and a lot of the artists that he deals with get the same type of sound, but he, and that's not for everybody, and that's not to knock Zaytoven because I mess with Zaytoven, man, from his early days when he really jumped out into the game officially with Gucci. Just all of those earlier classics that they put together. But, it seems like his sound never really elevated from that. He revealed that on this project, Zaytoven is in a different bag. So I'm looking forward to see what they come up with, man. He also said that he has another project in the works with hell of a project with the Olympics, Something else he touched on, man, was his relationship with Cardo. They have a handful of projects together. Cardo was somebody who really jumped onto the scene when he linked up with Wiz Khalifa. This is back in like 2009, I believe, with the Cushion Orange Juice. One of my favorite projects, hands down in the last decade plus, you know what I'm saying? Classic. And Cardo was responsible for a lot of those songs on there, the production for a lot of those songs on there. Back in 2013, like I said, Dope Boys Cash Out signed with young Jeezy. He said after that, man, he actually touched on that too, like them signing to Jeezy, but he said that it really didn't blossom into anything because they personally weren't ready, or they weren't ready as a group. They still had one foot in, one foot out, He said around that time, Jeezy actually flew him out to record a full album as a part of this group called Paid in Full. According to Payroll, it was Jeezy, YG, Payroll, and Cardo. Cardo was handling the production. Jeezy, YG, and Payroll, they were handling the lyric side of the things, side of the project. So he said they recorded like 10 to 12 songs, and they also had beats from Daz, Warren G, and DJ Quick, but it never came out. But he said that's what really, laid the foundation for him and Cardo's relationship and how they kind of developed that chemistry, which they went on to release multiple projects, get the deal with Def Jam and put that album out and all of that, man, so on and so forth. And he said they got a Big Boss and 3 in the works, so that was dope. And it'd be dope if they put that Paid in Full album out, man. I'm interested to hear what that, see how that would sound, just Jeezy, YG, and Payroll over a Cardo beat. He also, he touched on a few other things, like who he was listening to in Detroit, shared his thoughts on Eminem, and actually said that he thought that, he had put a decent amount of people on from the city, because, that's a consistent thing where a lot of street-oriented Detroit artists don't really think that Eminem speaks for them, or has really made an effort to connect with their type of their category of music. You know what I'm saying? But Payroll really said he respected M. He came up listening to M's music, and supported what he was doing. So yeah, that was dope to hear too, man. But appreciate everybody tuning in and rocking with a humble soul. Till next time, I'ma holler at y'all, man. It's your guy Lewis checking in. 100.